Hello everyone, how are you today? I hope you are well and healthy as always. So we will continue for our native mobile programming course for the fourth week now. If you remember from our previous week, last week, we have created the Spongebob Quiz application. This application displays a series of questions. We have 5 questions now, and the answer must answer either this expression is true or false. And actually, I have already done this application until the homework part. If you are curious on how to actually solve the homework, then you can refer to my previous video. I will link it in the description below. But for today, we will discuss about multi-activity application. So if you recall from our previous lessons, an Android application consists of at least one activity, which we have it right now. Our Spongebob Quiz 2 only has one activity. In this course, in this week, we will expand it. So we will have multi-activity on our Spongebob Quiz application. So these are the topics for today's course. We have the introduction to the multi-activity itself. What is the concept behind multi-activity application? And then we have something that we call an intent. We will try to read intent object. And because we have more than one activity, we must specify the default activity. We will do it at the section 4 of this video. And then we have another concept called the companion object, where we must learn this companion object. It is actually related to the intent and how to read an intent object. We will conclude this video by doing some exercises. Actually, it is a self-exercise that you must do by yourself. But don't worry, I will give you some hints then. Because this slide is a little bit short, it's only 40 slides to be honest, then I think for today's video, I won't divide it into smaller videos. I will just combine it into one video. But don't worry, if you want to jump to a specific section, then please refer to the chapters in the description below, okay? Let's start with the first topic, that is multi-activity. An Android application usually consists of multiple activities that are loosely bound to each other. But remember that the Android application must have at least one activity. When we create a new Android Studio project, we will be greeted by MainActivity. The one activity that is created automatically by the Android Studio. So typically, one activity in an application will be specified as the main activity. That's why this first activity is actually called main activity. The main activity is the activity that will be presented to the user when they launch our application for the first time. That's why when you launch the Spongebob Quiz 2 from the drawer app, this one, then I will get my main activity displayed. Then if we have a multi-activity, multiple activity, each activity can start another activity in order to perform different actions. Usually we will do one action in one activity and another action in another activity. That's why it is called an activity. So within our Spongebob quiz, we will add another 2 activities. The first one is the IntroActivity. This activity will ask for player's name and the start game button. Then after the user clicks the start button, the application goes to the main activity, which is the main logic and the game itself. We have already finished this main activity. When the game finishes, then our application will go or will call the result activity. Yeah, it will show the current score and the highest score, and replay button. It is somewhere. I think it's behind this box. Yeah, but later you can put it over here. Okay, let's try to create new activity. For the first one, I think it's the IntroActivity first. Yeah. Go to your Android Studio, then as always, yeah, in your main package name, right click, then select new, find activity, and select empty activity. Now, let's rename this activity. Yeah, say intro activity. Activity. Yeah, it's a good idea to name your activity with the postfix activity. Yeah, so you know that this class is actually an activity. Then leave generate a layout file checked. Yeah, just leave it as it is. Leave everything else. Then just click finish. Okay, now we have another activity, intro activity, and the activity intro XML, which is currently empty. Yeah, we will design the activity later. Okay, I think I can skip this one, yeah. So the naming convention is always adding a postfix activity. Then the generate layout file option makes Android Studio create a new layout for this activity. Yeah, but actually you can opt to not generate a layout file. Yeah, that is actually fine. Yeah, if you want to do it yourself, or maybe you can you want to reuse an already existing layout, then you can do so. Okay, now because we have more than one activity, which one will be the first activity that is shown to the user? We will set it in the section for later. Yeah, for now, leave it as it is. Yeah, and maybe it's a good idea to also create the result activity right now. Yeah. Okay, let's do so. Again, right click on your package name, then select activity, an empty one, and name it as result activity. Click finish or press enter. Yeah. Okay, now we have 3 activities here. Yeah, we haven't done anything yet to the intro activity and result activity. We will do it later. Okay, now the second topic we want to discuss here is a new concept. Yeah, it is called an intent. What is actually an intent? Yeah, an intent is an object that provides runtime binding between separate components, usually 2 activities. Yeah, as its name suggests, the intent represents the app's intent to do something. So we can use intents for a wide variety of tasks, but for today's lesson, we will use intent to start another activity. Yeah, and we can actually pass some data from our activity to another activity. Yeah, it will be discussed on the third section later. Yeah, for now, this intent is called an explicit intent. Yeah, it refers to the way the intent is being used to call a targeted activity explicitly. Yeah, so we must explicitly specify which activity we want to call. Yeah, later on in the NMP course, we will learn about implicit intent. Yeah, but it is still a long way to go. For now, we will just simply call it intent. Yeah, although the correct term is actually explicit intent. Okay, so this is the illustration to help you understand better about what intent actually do. Yeah, so we have an activity A here. Yeah, and then the activity A created or triggered an intent object, then started or send it to the operating system. In this case, it's Android. Yeah. Then the Android system catches the intent object sent by the activity A and executed the request. Then the intent object explicitly stated the targeted activity. Yeah, in this case, the activity A stated explicitly that it wants to call the activity B. So the Android system reads that intent, yeah, and the Android system will explicitly call activity B. Yeah, in this case, the Android OS triggers the creation of activity B. Then the activity P is created, yeah, by the onCreate method. And when needed, the activity P catches the intent object, yeah, that is passed by activity A. And also optionally, if the intent consists of some data, then activity P can read the content of the data. Okay, so this is one example of doing intent, yeah, of using intent. Okay, in this case, we must create a new intent object. Yeah, optionally, we can put something, yeah, put some data. Yeah, it is called extra in this case, and we can start another activity. Okay, let's try this first. Yeah, we won't put any extra data first. So, for example, in the main activity, yeah, let's say that I have a button that explicitly calls the which one is better? Yeah, I think maybe to the result activity. Yeah, let's give this text or the button go to result. Yeah, I will name or ID this button result. Refactor, and don't forget the constraint. Yeah, or your button will go or jump to the top left. Yeah, let's say I have the button over here. Yeah, this is only a temporary button. I will delete it later. Yeah, and then to actually identify the result activity, yeah, let's say that we have a text view here. I will constrain it first. Then I can simply change the text result screen. Yeah, at least for now. Yeah, later we will properly design our activities, yeah, the intro activity and the result activity. Yeah, but let's do it later. Okay, then, so we have prepared on the main activity a button. When this button is clicked, then we will go to the result activity. Yeah, how to actually do that? I will collapse these two listeners. Yeah, and then let's try. We want to go to the next activity. Yeah. Call another activity. To do that, we do it in the button result listener, set on click listener. The first thing we want to do is actually create an intent object. Yeah, how? Just call the intent constructor. Yeah, please autocomplete it because it is inside the Android.content package. Yeah, so autocomplete it. Then we must provide two arguments. The first one, just leave it to this. Yeah, actually it is a context. Yeah, but for now, you can leave the context, or you can just provide this for the package context. Then for the second argument, you must explicitly state the name of the targeted activity. Yeah, here we want to open the result activity, so put the result activity here, result activity, but followed by two colons, then class.java. Yeah, I know this expression is a little bit weird for you, yeah, but this is how we actually create an explicit intent, yeah. So you can just remember the second argument is the activity name, yeah, then followed by two colons and followed again by class.java. Now we can start this activity, yeah, the targeted activity, start activity, yeah. Start activity, oops. Start activity by specifying the intent. Okay, so I will comment here, create an explicit intent. Then start another activity with this intent. Okay, let's try it first. Yeah, if everything is correct, then within my Spongebob quiz, there will be another button, go to result. And if I click this button, then the activity goes to the result activity, which currently only shows result text. Yeah. Okay, I have the button here, go to result. Yeah, as you can see here, now my Spongebob quiz shows the result screen. Yeah, which is actually the result activity, as you can confirm by taking a look at the layout. Yeah, so that's how you start another activity. Okay, I will close this translation editor. Yeah, that's how you use an intent to start another activity. Yeah, it's actually simple. Yeah, first you have to create an intent object specifying the name of the activity, then use the start activity function. Now, how if you want to pass some data from main activity to the result activity? We can do it also in this intent object. Yeah, how to actually read an intent object. Yeah, so sometimes you want to put data into your intent. For example, we have another application here, yeah, Hello World application with the main activity and student activity. Yeah, let's say that we have a list of students here, Sugianto, Daniel, Ariana, and Septian. Then if we click at the name of one student, yeah, we will collect some data regarding to the selected student and pass it to the student activity. Yeah, in this case, the Septian data is passed. Yeah, we only pass the Septian student ID. Yeah, for example, maybe the student ID is 168404800, and the student activity will search in the database. Yeah, maybe, and display the correct data for that student. Yeah, so in this case, the main activity will send student ID data. It wraps it in the intent object to be sent to the student activity. Then the student activity unwraps the intent object, yeah, and read, oh, so I have a student ID data. Yeah, and then it processes it further. Yeah, so for example, for the second step, and then in the student activity, it reads the student ID data and load the correct data maybe from the database. Yeah, database we will learn it later in this course. So how to do that? Yeah, in order to send data from one activity to another activity by using intent, we must first initialize a constant or a key that both activities can understand. Yeah, so for example here, in the main activity, we have a student ID constant. Now I will skip it over here, yeah. In the student ID, we have a random constant. Yeah, but actually I advise you against a random naming here, yeah. First, we describe a student ID constant. Then in the sending activity, yeah, we call a putExtra function from the intent object. Yeah, and then we specify a pair, key and value. Yeah, and then in the student activity, we can read it by using a getExtra. Yeah, getStringExtra because we know explicitly that we want to get a string. Yeah, in this case, the student ID is a string. Yeah, if we do this, then the message variable will contain 168404800 or the student ID itself. Yeah. Yeah, so here's how we do that. Yeah, the intent object can be injected with some additional data, or we call it extra. And it must be in the key and value pair. Yeah, the first one is the key, which is a constant, a string constant, identifying the value. Yeah, and the second argument is the value itself. Okay, and then for reading the intent object, we can just use intent.getStringExtra, and again providing the string, yeah, or the key actually here. And we must remember to use the exact key that is used by the sending activity, yeah, including the case, yeah. So if I have a random const here, I must use exactly random const, yeah, by all lowercase. Yeah, if I accidentally use uppercase R here, then the student ID will contain nothing because the intent cannot actually get the extra with the ID of random const with all lowercase. Yeah, so be very careful about using the correct key. Okay, and then if we want to get the extra, which is a string, we can simply just use getStringExtra with only providing the correct key. Yeah, but for numeric data, we must provide a second argument, which is the default value if somehow this extra is not found in the intent object. Yeah, just in case the key is incorrect or does not exist. This is provided by Kotlin and Android to actually prevent null exception. Okay, that's about how we read the data from intent. Yeah. Before we go to the default activity, let's provide some example. Yeah, let's try to actually pass some data from main activity to result. Yeah, to result activity. Okay, let's say I have what data can actually be passed over here, yeah? Okay, I have an incorrect answer here, yeah, prior to the homework. Yeah, if you don't have the incorrect answer, then you can just use any variable as you wish, yeah? But I will use the incorrect answer variable over here. Then to store data to be read in the target activity. Yeah, just call the object intent. Oops, sorry, intent. Yeah, not the class. Yeah, not the intent with uppercase I. Yeah, just call the object itself intent. Then call putExtra. Yeah, as you can see here, we have so many overloads for putExtra because the value that can be stored is either integer, byte, character, long, float, short, double, boolean, and so on. Yeah, we will only use the putExtra for primitive data types. Yeah, putExtra. Now I must provide a name or ID for my extra. Yeah, for the incorrect answer here. So I will create an identifier or ID, which is a constant. Usually I call it extra underscore, let's say incorrect. Yeah, so I name my keys with extra prefix, so I can remember that, oh, okay, this variable or this constant is actually used for extras. Yeah, for the string value itself, yeah, you can do anything as you wish. Yeah, but usually I just copy my constant name like this, extra underscore incorrect. Yeah, either in uppercase or lowercase. Yeah, it is a very good idea to use a uniform case. Yeah, for example, maybe all lowercase or all uppercase. Yeah, I will use all uppercase instead. Incorrect. Then use this constant for the first argument of putExtra and then provide the value. Yeah, in this case, I want to set my incorrect answer variable, then I will provide it. Incorrect answer. Yeah, so remember to pass the data, you must pass it as a key and value pair. Okay, and then you can do everything else. Yeah, start activity here. For the main activity, it is complete. Now, and the result activity, yeah, let's read the content from an intent. Far. I will name it incorrect answer equals to intent. Yeah, again, please call the field, not the class. Yeah, all lowercase letter. Yeah, intent dot get. Now you must decide which getExtra function you must use. Yeah, it largely depends on the data type. Yeah, so if you expect the incorrect answer to be in integer, just call getIntExtra. Yeah, and again, you must provide the correct key. Yeah, just copy it from the main activity. Yeah, if you type it manually, then there is a risk that you mistype it. Yeah, just copy it. Okay, and use that variable or that constant over here. So I tell Android Studio, okay, I want to get extra, which is an integer, yeah, named extra incorrect. And if you don't find it, then just provide 0 as its default value. Yeah, so somehow if the Android cannot find the extra incorrect extra, yeah, my incorrect answer will be provided with 0 instead of everything else. Yeah, but if can find the extra incorrect extra, then it will extract. Yeah, it will open that extra and provide the value, yeah, whatever it is, to the incorrect answer variable here. And let's display it to. Okay, we don't have the ID for this text view. Let's name it or ID it text incorrect For example only, yeah, incorrect. Okay, refactor. Now let's change the text. Text incorrect dot text equals to let's say incorrect answers, and then let's provide the variable. Yeah, this is using string literal. Yeah. Okay, now we have already sent a variable or a data from some data, yeah, some data from the main activity, and we have read it from the result activity. Let's try it in action. Yeah, can actually my variable, the incorrect answer variable from the main activity be passed to the result activity? Okay, now I will deliberately answer some questions first. Maybe two. Yeah, two answers. And then I will go to result. And voila. Yeah, you have the variable correctly passed to the result activity. Yeah, I have answered twice incorrectly. Then now the result activity says that my incorrect answers is 2. Yeah, that's how you pass data from one activity to another activity. Yeah, you can pass multiple data if you want. Yeah, so for example, let me pass another data. Yeah, intent dot put extra. Let's say I want to pass the player's name, but first I must create the constant first. Yeah, to for the extra ID, extra player name, extra player name. Then I will put the ID over here. And for the name, let's say I have far name over here. I will just hardcode it for now. Yeah, and I pass it as the second argument of this extra. Yeah, that means now I have two extras. The first one is extra incorrect with the value of the variable incorrect answer. And the second extra is extra player name with the value is the variable name. Yeah, and then at the result activity, you can do the same. Yeah, first you must copy this constant first. Yeah, copy it over here. Then only then you are ready to extract the extra. Okay, let's say I will name it name equals to intent dot get, because I know the extra player name is in string, so I will use getStringExtra and provide the ID is extra player name. And see here, yeah, we don't need to provide the default value, because if somehow this extra is not found, then the name will be empty. Yeah, an empty string. Okay, so where to display it? Yeah, let's put it here. Name is name, and then let's just put \n, yeah, for a new line. And let's try this. Okay, so I will answer once incorrectly. Yeah, it is incorrect. Then if I go to result, yeah, you can see here I sent some data from the main activity, which is the first one is an incorrect answer, and then the second one is the player's name. Yeah. So at the result activity, I get this text name Ferdi and incorrect answers is 1. Yeah, so that's how you pass data from one activity to main activity. Yeah, you can pass as many data as you wish. Yeah, but just remember that you have to provide a unique ID for each data you want to send. Yeah, please don't use the same ID. Okay, that's how you actually pass data from one activity to another activity. Now we can talk about the default activity, yeah, or main activity. That is the first activity that will be displayed when the application is launched. Yeah, so the default or main activity, as I said before, is the activity which is presented to the user when the app is launched. And only one activity can be set as a default or main activity. Because now we have more than one activity, we must specify which one is the default activity. To do so, we need to open what we call a manifest file. Yeah, so if you take a look at your Android Studio project, here we have an app folder, then we have a manifest folder, which contains one file, Android manifest.xml. Yeah, you can open it. You will get something like this. Yeah, something like this. Yeah. We have application tag here. Then we have 3 activity tags, but one has intent filter tag. What does it mean? Yeah. So actually, what we are concerned here is the intent filter tag. So the intent filter tag is usually used to configure how this activity will react to the OS request. Yeah, in this case is the Android. So with this intent filter, with the action is action main and the category is launcher, then Android will search for the activity that has this intent filter, yeah, action main, and then the Android OS will open this activity. Yeah, in this case, the main activity is set as the main. Yeah, the intent filter is the action.main. Yeah, but we can change this to specify which one is the main activity. Okay, so here I have the snippet of an Android manifest over here. Yeah, so which activity becomes the default or main activity? Yeah, it's simple. The answer is very simple. Here, because only intro activity has the intent filter with the action is action main, that means that the intro activity is currently the default or main activity. Yeah, so that's how we specify the main activity. Let's do that. Now, because we have an intro activity, obviously we want our application to show intro activity first, yeah, then main, and then result. So that means that now intro activity will become our main activity, yeah, instead of main activity. Yeah, to do so, if you notice here, the activity tag is a single closed one. Let's open this tag and close it manually. Yeah, why? Because we need to copy this intent filter, or actually not copy. Yeah, we will cut this one. So cut this, Control X, and copy it inside the activity tag for the intro activity. Yeah, now our intro activity will be the main activity. Let's check it out. If we start our application, that now the intro activity will be displayed, which design is nothing. Yeah, and my emulator shows nothing for now. Yeah, because the activity intro does not have anything inside its layout. So yeah, that's how we specify the default or the main activity. Now, some of you may wonder, what if we have two intent filters? Yeah, so for example, let's say I have something like this. Yeah, will my application force close, or will there be something weird in my application? Let's try it. Okay, for now it shows the interactivity as intended. But as you can see here, I have two Spongebob Quiz icons. Yeah, if I click here, the interactivity is displayed. But if I click here, the main activity is displayed. Yeah, so if you specify more than one intent filters for the activities, then your user will have two or more icons in their application drawer. Yeah, it will confuse the users here. So if you only have one main activity, please remember to specify only one intent filter. Yeah, otherwise you will get two or more icons at the drawer. Okay. Okay, the next topic is a companion object. Yeah, what is actually a companion object? Yeah, if you notice, I will close my Android manifest first. Yeah, if you notice when we try to send some data from an activity and intro activity, oh sorry, not intro activity. Yeah, it's actually result activity. Yeah, we copy these two variables or two constant into the result activity. Now, what if somehow I want to change the name or the value for these two, any of these two constant? Yeah, that means I need to copy again from my main activity. Yeah, then paste it back to result activity. Yeah, is there a better way to do this? Actually, there is. Yeah, by using companion object. So if you need to write a function or variable that can be called without having a class instance, but you need access to the internals of that particular class, you can write it as a member of a companion object declaration inside that class. Yeah, the companion object is a new concept in Kotlin. Yeah, if you compare it with another language, it is quite similar like static in Java. Yeah, so you can create a static class in Java or in C#, and you can write some functions as well as some variables inside the static class. Yeah, and then anywhere else you can just call the function or the variable by specifying the class name dot variable name or class name dot function name. Yeah, companion object works similarly like that. Yeah, because in Kotlin there is actually no static class. Yeah, the companion object is actually a singleton. Yeah, this is a concept in particularly object-oriented programming. Yeah, singleton means that the object can only be created once. That's why it's called single. And the members of a companion object can be accessed directly by using the class name. Yeah, how to actually create it? Now, let's create one example for our main activity. Yeah, just create a member. So create a companion object inside the class, but outside of any functions. Yeah, companion object, curly braces, and you can just move these two constant into the companion object. Yeah, now within the main activity, you don't really need to do anything to be able to access these members. Yeah, as you can see here, I can still just call extra incorrect or extra player name as it is, yeah, without changing anything. Yeah, but now in the result activity, we can safely delete these two variables or these two constants, delete. And yeah, obviously we have errors. Yeah, but we can correct this. Now to actually access the extra incorrect from the main activity, just call the class name main activity dot extra incorrect. Yeah, so actually it acts for the extra incorrect. Yeah, the extra incorrect actually acts as if it is a static member of a main activity. Yeah, but actually it is a member of the companion object for the main activity class. Yeah, similarly here we can call main activity dot extra player name. Yeah, this helps us a lot, so we can make sure that we use the correct ID or the correct constant for the extras. Yeah, because everything is declared on the main activity class. Yeah, only on one place. Yeah, previously we declare it twice on the main activity and the result activity. So if there is any changes, we must remember to do all the changes inside all two classes. Yeah, if not, then we will get unexpected result. Okay, so for creating extras, it is the recommended way of using companion object. Okay, I think that's all for the concepts for today. Yeah, now we will do some exercise. We will actually design the two activities, the intro activities and the result activity, yeah, and connect everything in between. Now we have created two new activities, the intro and result activity. Okay, and each of them have their own layout. Make sure that interactivity is set as the default main activity. We have done so. Yeah, check your Android manifest again, and make sure that the interactivity has this intent filter and only intro activity. Yeah. Okay, then download bikini background and result background. For UBAYA student, you can access it from Classroom. For everyone else, I will give the link to these two files in the description below, or as always, you can use your own image. Yeah, you will need to provide two images. One is for the interactivity background, and one is for the result activity background. Yeah, if you have provided two images, then please copy and paste both images to REST-drawable. Yeah, as in the last course or last lesson, I have bikini bottom over here. I will copy it to the REST-drawable. And remember to do it twice, yeah, for the drawable and drawable v24. Okay, so I have done twice for the bikini PG. I have a folder here in quotes, yeah. Actually, it is not really a folder. And the second is the result pg.jpg. Okay, copy and paste twice, yeah, drawable and drawable v24. Yeah, and please remember the naming convention for images. Yeah, don't use any special characters. Okay, now for the intro activity, let's do this layout. So we have the background image, use the bikini PG, constraint to alter direction and all set to match constraint. Let's do that first. Intro. Okay, I will zoom in a little bit and add an image view, and then use the bikini PG. Okay. Set the constraint and make sure that the margin is 0, yeah. 0, 0, 0. And let's make them match constraint for either width and height. Okay, the next thing is to use or to add okay, Spongebob Quiz, the title of our application. Let's add a text view to the constraint. Yeah, for the constraint, you can connect it to the image view or the constraint layout itself. Yeah, it's up to you. I think I will put it or connect it to the constraint layout instead. Over here, over here, and then I will put it here. For the text, I'll change it Spongebob Quiz. With the font size or text size is 30 sp. Let's find it. Okay, just search it, yeah. Text size. Okay, 30 sp. Be very careful about text size. Yeah, the unit is not dp, but it's sp. And you must not omit the unit. Yeah, so type 30 sp. And what else? Yeah, let's see. Text color is default Android orange color. Okay, text color. Yeah, we have it over here. And let's search for Android orange. Orange. Yeah, you can use either one, yeah, Holo Orange Dark or Holo Orange Light. I will use dark one. And the font family is changed to unlock. Okay, for the font, let's do it later. Yeah, let's just add this edit text and another button. Okay, text. Add a plain text. Constrain it. Over here and over here. Yeah, now erase the content for the text. Let's just use hint instead. Hint. Your name. Or yeah, you can use type your name, yeah. And then if you want for your edit text to be centered, you can do so. Use gravity. Gravity center. Yeah, and then what else? Constraint. Constraint is already done. Let's change the width to match constraint. Yeah, and if you don't want to actually take the full width, you can just put some margins for the left and right. Yeah, maybe something like this. And then a button. Let's add a button. Over here, constrain it as usual. Here and call it start. Oh, for the edit text, I have not provided the ID. Yeah? ID, let's change TXT player name. As not to confuse with label, which is also a text, and usually I will name this one edit, not text. So I'll name it edit player name, refactor as usual. And then this one is button start. Button start. And for now, let's just ignore the warnings. But let's see. I have an error here. Touch size too small. Okay. Oh well, let's just fix it then. Yeah, and for everything else, let's just ignore them. Okay, but now for the button, text size is 30 sp. Oops, the button. I will close this panel. Text size okay, this one 36 sp. Let's just type it 36 sp. And the style for the button style is borderless color. You can select widget app format button borderless color. And the color is also orange. Text color. Okay, this one orange again. Okay, something like this. But yeah, usually I don't advise you to use a borderless color like this. Especially if the text color of your button is the same as an ordinary text. Because then your user will be confused where is the actual button for this. So maybe let's say I will change the style back. Because the colors are the same. Or you can simply select another color for this. But I will make it borderless then. Actually, they are still quite the same. Oh, okay. Simply button. Although the color class a little bit classes, but never mind then. And now for the font. We can use a Google font. How to do that? Let's take a look. Let's search for font family attribute. For example, this text view. Let's search for font family here. In the drop down there isn't any that we can select resembling to the unlock font. Let's see. We can scroll down, then select more fonts. Then you can search for any fonts here. They are provided by Google Fonts, so they are free to use. Let's search for unlocked. I have it here. Double click it. Double click. Then please select add font to project. This will embed the font files to our application. To make sure that every user can actually see this font. And then click OK. As you can see now, my Spongebob Quiz text view uses the font unlocked. And you will get another folder at the res folder. There is a font folder, which contains the correct file for this font, which is a TTF, true type fonts. I will do the same for the start button. Unlock is over here. Then we are finished with the IntroActivity layout. Okay, then do the ResultActivity layout. Yeah. So we have the background, use the result PG. Yeah, this is roughly similar to the bikini PG, but now the scale type must be center crop. Yeah, and then we have text view here, but give it a background of default background light. This one is also a text view, and this one is a normal button. Okay, yeah, because my button looks ugly right now, I will follow the style. At least for now, yeah. The style is borderless color. Okay, let's now lay out our activity result. Yeah, roughly the same image view, but now uses result PG with all constraints. Again, no margins, yeah. Up, left, right, right, no margin, and yeah, no margin also. Match constraint, and the scale type is center crop. Okay, next we will put high score text first, yeah. Another text view, maybe over here. Constrain it and give it some space, or place it maybe over here. Change the text to high score. You may want to change the font and the text size, yeah, if you wish. Okay, I will change the text size a little bit. Text size. Okay, here maybe 24. And another one. Whoops. I'll give it some space again. And constrain it horizontally. Okay, for text, I will just use 00 as the placeholder. The ID is text high score. Okay, text high score. Refactor as usual. And then the width is 150 dp. Width 150 dp. And the background is default background light. Let's search background. Yeah, for background light, default background light, default background light. Okay, let's use this. And then the text size, let's make it bigger also, maybe not 34 yet. Let's use 32 SP. Gravity again, center. And then what else? Color, text color. Okay, text. Oops, sorry. Text color. Let's use another orange. Hollow orange dark. And font family, yeah. Font family. Let's use unlock. Okay. I think that's all. Then we can do the same for your score. Okay, for your score, I think let's just copy and paste these two. Let's move them, and yeah, obviously we must change the constraint, yeah. Okay, the constraint is now over here, not to the top side of the screen, and this one is here. Like this, and then the text should be your score, not high score, your score. And this one should be smaller, not 32, but let's say 16. 16 is too small, yeah. Let's use 20 then. I think this one is 50% zoom, so it may not resemble the actual layout in our application. Yeah, we'll check it later. Okay, but I think that will suffice for now. Oh, don't forget to change the ID. Yeah? This one is not text high score, but this one is text score. Yeah, let's call it simply text score. Okay, refactor again. And then the last one is a button play again at the bottom of the screen. Yeah, connect it to the bottom, left and right. Position it. Okay, I think that's fine. Change the text into play again. Play again. Then the button name is, or the ID, button replay. Okay, let's name it replay. Refactor. And the font family, unlock, text color is orange. And then not font, yeah, text size, let's say 36 dp. Oh, that's quite big. Yeah, maybe that's fine. And lastly, the style, change it into borderless color. Okay, I guess we're done. Yeah, our layout is complete. Now for the main activity layout, we add another text view. Yeah, it is here. This one is text welcome. Yeah, it will display the user or the player name. Okay, let's change our main activity layout. I will delete this go to result button. Yeah, we no longer need it. And for the main activity, I will delete this button's listener also. And we are ready to add another text view. Yeah, if there is not enough space, then well, just lower the text question so we can put the welcome text here. Yeah. Okay, so the constraints are like this. I will move it to here, and the ID is text welcome. And for now, I will give the placeholder text welcome. Okay, so here are the example of how our application will be. Yeah, So the user will need to enter their name, fill in their name and press start button. Then the player name will be displayed over here, and now you have score. For now you can just track correct answers. Then after 5 questions have been answered, the application will go automatically to here. Game end goes here, check for high score, and then if the player taps or click play again, they will be brought back to the main activity, not into the intro activity. Okay, so for high score, we will do it later. For now, let's do the start button first. Okay, so here we must select or we must collect the user's name from this edit text and pass it to the main activity so that the main activity can display welcome Andre. Let's do that. In the intro activity, then we have a button start. As always, set on click listener. Then you must get the username here. Let's use file name equals to edit player name dot text. Now here, be careful about the text field from edit text. If you notice here, the tab for the text field is actually editable. So if you want to get the text from any edit text, you must follow it by toString. If not, then you will get the reference to the edit text instead of the actual text. So again, this differs with C# or Java, for example. In C# you can just use .text to actually get the content of your text box. But in here, in Kotlin, in Android Studio, you must follow it by .toString function. Only then you will get the actual content of any edit text. And then remember to create an intent specifying this, and for the target activity is main activity. Remember double colon and class.java. Then you must put intent putExtra. Now we have to specify the ID first. So I will create a companion object here. Extra, let's say extra player name equals to extra player name. Then I will use it here, extra player name, specifying the name as its value. Then we can start the activity. Now at the main activity, on the onCreate function, I will get the player's name, file name equals to intent dot getStringExtra, because we expect a string. Then we will just use the extra player name constant from the IntroActivity. IntroActivity dot extra player name, and display it to the text welcome. Welcome, comma, $name, exclamation point. I will leave the companion objects for now for the main activity. Let's try the intro activity first. In this case, we want to test if we input the player name, then click play or start. Then we go to the main activity and we will be greeted by the text hello or welcome someone. Okay, I have some errors here. Text incorrect is okay. Yeah, I will delete this also. Yeah, it is a reminder of our previous tests. Yeah. Okay, Spongebob Quiz, but oh well, my layout is actually a little bit weird because my image, my activity intro image does not fit with the screen. Although I have provided that both the layout width and layout height is 0 dB. Yeah, but I guess maybe my screen is larger than the actual image itself. So if you want, you can change the scale type into, let's say, fit center. Let's try fit center. Oh, okay, it's not fit center. Okay, for this image view, let's change the scale type to, let's say, let's use center crop. If it doesn't change, then let's leave it as it is, yeah, for now. Okay, I think center crop is good, although if you see at the bottom, yeah, I have this road not displayed, but yeah, I guess that's fine. Okay, I will enter my name here, your name, input your name, then click start, and you will see here your name is displayed, yeah, welcome Ferdi in this case. Okay, so we have already completed the first task, yeah, that is how to pass the player's name into the main activity. Okay, for everything else about the score, I will leave you to do it, yeah. If you have already done your homework about the incorrect answer, then you can simply do the score. Yeah. Let's say that for each correct answer, you will get 10 points. Yeah, and for incorrect answers, yeah, just 0 point. Or if you want, you can give the player some penalty. Yeah, for the scoring system, I will leave it to you. Yeah, please specify your own scoring system. Yeah, and then after 5 questions, immediately end the game. Yeah, go to the result activity here. Yeah, and display current high score and the player score. Okay, how to actually handle a high score? Yeah, high score should be stored in player smartphone even the app is no longer running. Yeah, in this case, we can use shared preferences object to store data into the application. Yeah, it can be modified, deleted, and created easily. As long as the app is still installed in the device, then any shared preference objects is also in the app. Yeah, and shared preferences uses the same concept as intent. Yeah, so it uses key value pair to store the data. So key here is a constant variable, an ID, then the value is whatever data want to be stored. Yeah, so for example, like here, yeah, first we must define the file name. Yeah, just use your package name for simplicity. Yeah, var share file equals to package name instead of hard coding your package name, and then create a shared preferences object by performing this. Yeah, var shared equals to get shared preferences shared file blah blah blah, and then access the object by creating a shared preferences dot editor object. Then call the edit function Yeah, and then at the editor, put something. Yeah, put integer, put string, and so on. Then to save it, just call apply. To retrieve it, do similarly. Yeah, you must create the file name and create the shared preference. But to access the shared preference itself, just use get and select the correct type. Yeah, get integer, get string, and so on. Yeah, let's say I will start the name instead of high score. Yeah, for the high score, I will leave it to you later. For example, if I enter my name here and click start, I will store my name to the shared preferences. And later when I want to play again, then this name is already been filled in for me. Yeah, to do so, okay, at the intro activity, yeah, after I have collected the player name, yeah, save to shared preferences. Let's take a look at how we do that. Yeah, we must create the file name first. Var shared name equals to the package name, and then we must create the shared preferences itself. Var shared equals to the get shared preferences with the name is shared name and the mode is context. Oops, sorry, followed by comma. Yeah, context dot mode private, and then we must create an editor. Var editor equals to shared edit, and we will do editor put integer and apply. Yeah, because I want to save my name, yeah, I will use put string instead. Put string, and I will use the ID is okay. I must declare the ID first. File shared player name. Again, the name does not matter. Yeah, and the string also does not matter. Shared player name, as long as they are unique. Yeah. Okay, put string shared player name, and I will provide the name itself. Then don't forget to apply. Yeah, the next time when I want to run the application, yeah, I will check if I have a name stored already in the shared preference. If yes, then I will just display the name. If not, then nothing happens. Yeah. Okay, here I want to retrieve the saved player name. Okay, to do that, we must declare file name and open shared preference. Okay, because these two lines are the same. Yeah, as you can see here, they are the same. Let's just move these two lines to here. Yeah, and then let's try to access the shared preference. Var name player name equals to shared dot get string. Get string with the ID is the shared player name, and the second one is the default value. If there is nothing, I will just provide null over here. Yeah, and then let's see. I will check if the player name is null. It's not null actually. Yeah, it's not null. Then let's display it to the edit player name. Edit player name dot set text. Yeah, only for edit text, you cannot really set the text by using text equals to. Yeah, don't do this. Don't do this. You will get errors. Yeah, because text actually refers to the edit text itself. Yeah, not the actual content of the edit text. Yeah, so only for edit player name or only for edit text, you must explicitly use set text method. Yeah, something like this. Okay, let's try. Yeah, hopefully before at the first time I am running this application, I never saved my name. So yeah, now it says your name, not my name. Yeah, but if I fill in my name and then click start, yeah, hopefully it will be stored to a shared preference. Okay, I will rerun my app. Now, as you can see here, my edit text is filled in automatically by any name I set up. Yeah, so for example, I will name this maybe koala and start. Again, yeah, I will stop my application and restart it. And now the edit text should says koala. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, this is the name that is stored on the application by using shared preferences. Yeah, so you can save simple data into your application by using shared preferences. Now apply this knowledge to actually code the high score. Yeah, this is the logic for coding the high score. First, please access the current high score that is stored inside your shared preferences object. Yeah, and then compare the value with current player score. If the player score is higher than current high score, yeah, then modify the shared preference object with a new value and apply the changes. Yeah, don't forget to actually or explicitly call apply to save the shared preferences. Yeah, and as with intent or as with extras, you can also save multiple data inside a shared preferences. Yeah, just remember to give them each unique ID. Yeah, I will leave this high score logic for you to do. Yeah, if it is done correctly, then you will get something like this. Yeah, if the high score is 20, but your score is still 5, then nothing happens. Yeah, but if the score is 30, yeah, and next time when the player plays this game again, yeah, the high score should reflect 30. Yeah, no longer 20. Yeah, I will leave it to you. Then for UBAYA students, you are required to finish the exercise. Yeah, then take these screenshots by still adhering to the guidelines. Yeah, I won't explicitly explain it to you again. Yeah, please check the guidelines on the second week slide if you cannot remember it. Okay, please take these screenshots. The IntroActivity, MainActivity, ResultActivity, as well as your Android manifest or the Android manifest.xml. Okay, I think that's all for today. Yeah, so quick recap. We have learned about multi-activity applications. Yeah, so we created an application that has more than one activity. We have also declared which one is the default or main activity. We also learned the concept of intent and how to pass data from one activity to another activity by using intent. We have also learned about the concept for companion object that will help us a lot when dealing with intent, yeah, especially for storing the extra IDs. Yeah, and lastly, you have some exercises to do. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate. Yeah, you can use the Google Hangouts group chat for UBAYA students, or for everyone else, you can always ask me in the comment section below. Okay, I thank you for joining with me today, and I will see you in the next video. Yeah, in another new topic, of course. Okay, goodbye for now, and stay safe and healthy, everyone.